They just got to get going. That's all it takes. All it takes is 1 year. And hopefully it can be this year for us.
So you say you think about going to the NFL all the time, and what's going to go into that process and, you know, of making a decision? What could keep you to come back? I mean, I guess is what I'm asking.
I'm not sure. You know. I guess wanting to play with the guys again, keep me coming back. You know, school, wanting to graduate, can keep me coming back. You know, if I don't have a year that I want. But you know, I mean, I'm not sure.
SEC West seems to get so much more hype than the East. Does that get old?
You know, I think they deserve it. It's not they're not getting credit because they don't play well. You know, they're tough teams over there, tough players, great players, and you know, if they feel like, you know, if people want to spend their attention on the West, then let them spend their time on the West, and we'll do our thing on the East side. Actually, my whole family didn't move. My family is still in Tampa. My dad just lives out in Arkansas, but I haven't been there.
Jalen Tabor and Quincy and your freshman season, what can you tell them as far as building on that for freshman season?
You know, it's all about you have to have a strong mental, especially playing in the SEC. Because you're gonna get beat, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna be hurt. You know, the practices are gonna be hard, and that's just what comes with playing in the SEC. And I think, you know, like I said in the other meeting room, they learn from watching. I think they know what to expect. I don't have to tell them much. I don't have to, you know, baby them. They understand they're growing up, they're maturing, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
You said Armani Cooper was the toughest guy you'd have to cover so far. Looking forward to this season, is there anybody you're in particular looking forward to going up against?
Yeah, Laquan Treadwell.
What about Laquan? Have you looked forward to that?
I mean, have you seen him play? I mean, he's tough. He's tough, big, strong, physical. He likes to get all in your grill. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna mush you, gonna push you around. And you know, I had to actually cover him in the 2013 Under Armour All-American game. I got the better hand, I'd say, and you know, so I know that's in the back of his mind. But you know, he's a good friend. We talked about this. We talked a little trash over text messages. So I'm excited to see him.
How long ago was that? What'd you guys say?
Just who's gonna have more, who's not gonna have. For me, it was who's not gonna have any catches. For him, it was obviously he was gonna embarrass me on my field and all that, you know. But you know, I'm excited.
What other cornerbacks do you like and respect their game in the SEC?
I like Cam Sutton from Tennessee. He's a good player. We play similar, I would say. You know, we have about the same numbers. And you know, it's Brian Poole on my team. I love how Brian plays. You know, I love the things that he can do. You know, he can go on the inside, he can go on the outside. And you know, when I was coming in, growing up in Tampa, he was the guy. He was the best corner in the league, in the country in high school. And you know, I was looking up at him, and now I get to play next to him. And now that's my best friend now. So, you know, just modeling my game after his in a way.
What do you make out of the whole DBU thing with LSU and Florida? What does that say?
You know, I'm not really big into that. You know, that whole Twitter thing that went down. I'm not really big into that. You know, if they want DBU, they can have it. That's my aspect. I guess if you ask somebody else on their secondary, they might want to fight it, but I'm gonna let them have it if they want it.
What's the case for Florida?
I'm not sure. I think this year is our case. That's kind of what I like to say, because I'm not a big talker. I don't like to talk about, you know, but this year we'll prove it.
When Jeff Collins was at Mississippi State, he got to get the ball more, psycho defense more. What has he brought to Florida, traditions like that?
He still uses most of the same stuff that he had at Mississippi State, like the juke points, apex predator, get the ball, all that stuff. It's all the same.
I wonder a lot on highlights last year, but the Georgia game certainly was. Where did the Georgia game fall last year?
I mean, that was a weird game. You know, I didn't expect it to look like that. I don't know if y'all did, but you know, running the ball over 50 times and beating a team how we did. You know, we want all games to be like that. But you know, it was weird. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened like that, but it did. And you know, I guess we'll see how it plays this year.
Yeah, how big of a deal is that in your schedule? You know, it's every year in Jacksonville.
Right. Like you said, you know, we already know it. Everybody knows it. It's Florida, Georgia. You have to be ready. How
big was it for John coming back for the defense?
Oh man, it was huge. Probably one of the most unselfish acts I've been around. You know, he could have easily went to the NFL and been very successful. But you know, he saw the bigger picture. He saw that he could help his defense. He's a leader on his defense. You know, guys look up to him. Guys respond to him. And I'm happy he's back.
Are you seeing more of a leadership role from him?
Definitely, along the defensive line. We have a lot of new young defensive linemen in, and you know they're all following his steps, and you know that's a good person to follow.
Do you expect him to kind of, you know, if you look, Floyd, Easley, Fowler? I mean, do you feel like he could be that next guy?
Without a doubt, he can definitely fall right into the mix and those grades that have been drafted.
Vernon, you guys don't have to look ahead. If you look at the Tennessee game for a game, is that maybe kind of a turning point for you guys, one way or the other? If you come out and have a good game, that can kind of propel you forward. If you come out and lose that game, it kind of causes you to stumble, take a few steps back with Ole Miss, LSU, Missouri coming after you.
Right. I definitely think it could. You know, definitely that starts the train after Kentucky. You know, you want to beat Tennessee. And I do think that could define our season, whether, you know, it could sprout us up or it can pull us down. But we'll figure it out.
With that streak that you have over Tennessee, will that be a top of your conversation leading up to it that you don't want to be the team that has the streak snapped in us?
You know, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure if Coach Mack is even into the streaks and the accolades that come like with the teams and the history and stuff like that, because we have to focus on what we focus on now. Playing Tennessee, anything can happen, you know. Obviously, in the last year game, you know, we got the pick at the end to win it, but it went down to the wire, and I mean, I expect the same thing this year.
Where do you know how long the streak is? You know how long the streak is?
It's 10 wins.
Where do you think their program is right now? I mean, it seems they're trending in the right direction.
Oh, definitely. They have really good players. You know, they're young. Last year, you can tell, obviously, through their offense, they were much like us. You know, they couldn't get the ball in the end zone. But obviously, I don't see what they practice like and stuff, so I don't know how good they're going to be. But I would assume that, you know what I'm saying, they're on pace to, you know, win the East.
Running for a defensive player, how frustrating has the offensive, you know, woes been the last couple of years for you?
You know, it's tough. It's tough when you're constantly on the field. You know, you do get frustrated. It's natural. But I think it's how you control it and where you put that frustration. Either you put it towards the offense and don't help anybody, or you can, you know what I'm saying, keep it in yourself and use it to get better and better your teammates, which I think is what we're doing.
Quarterback, you got an incumbent starter, Trayon, and last year was kind of being pushed a little bit. Is that weird? How's the kind of the team morale with the quarterback?
You know, it's different because we really don't know. You know, they both split reps, equal one-on-one, first team reps, you know. And I think what I respect most about them is how they handle it. You know, they make it easy for everybody else because they're not uptight about it. They're not, you know, stressing about it and making it obvious that, you know, they're not trying to they don't like each other. No, they don't not like each other because they know one guy has to start. And I think that makes it easy for the team.
Is there a playmaker you think that we haven't really spoken about? We talked about Brandon, DeMarcus, Jay. Mm-hmm. Is there someone that might surprise us?
Probably Kelvin Taylor. I think he'll have this is his year to sprout out and show what he can do, because he can do some crazy things with the football, and he just needs a chance.
We've heard.
You know, I'm not sure. You know, he didn't play a lot. I mean, he played a little. The reasoning, I don't know. But hopefully this year, you know, he'll get it started. He'll get it started. He'll take most of the carries and show what he can do.